red and black, and everybody got different terminology. But if we're in a man concept, we're going to call in and out on that, because that way we can keep the integrity to the other side, because we may be playing man on that side as well. So we don't want to play a zone over here and then somebody carries across and it messes it up and it's confusing for the players. All right. All right, next we're going to what we call zone it. That is, if we're in a zone, we're in cover 4 or whatever. It's very similar to in and out, but the difference is we are not covering them particularly man. We're keeping the same rules that we would if we were in cover 4. All right, if they want to run, again, let's just say they want to run the slant with the wheel or whatever case to try and pick him off, this corner is going to play his fourth. This free safety is going to play his fourth. And he's going to work his way, the Sam will work his way through his zone. All right, that's just another way to play it. We typically play zone it if we're in zone, but we typically play it, especially in long distances and long downs, 3rd and 15 or whatever the case may be. Want to keep everything in front of us, come up and make the tackle, play 4th down, punt the ball, and live to see another series. So that's what we do on that side. Here we also can zone it. You've seen the look before, right? So the same look. Let's just say, for example, he runs a bubble and he may want to clear out. Sorry about that. And he may want to clear out. That's fine. We're not going to jump this because he may corner this route out. So we're going to keep it in front of us. We're playing our zone. We're playing our zone. Ball is thrown. We come up, make the tackle. We rally to make the tackle. All right? Not a big deal. Not a big problem. Now, let's go to our bunch formation. This is where it really gets fun, okay? As you see, box number 1 is very typical when you see bunch. And again, bunch to me means 3 wide receivers in a 5-yard proximity, okay? So if they're within 5 yards of each other and it's 3 receivers, I consider that a bunch set. So stack is 2, bunch is 3. So if there's 3 receivers within that 5-yard box, we're going to consider that a bunch set. So the very first one you see the pyramid, some people call it triangle, whatever the case, that's fine, all right? And number 2, sometimes you see the 2 inside guys off the ball and the number 1 is on the ball. As long as they're within that 5 yards of each other, we're going to consider that a bunch and we're going to find ways to play it. Number 3 happens all the time, and sometimes coaches get confused with this because there's a tight end, which I have right here indicated in yellow. You have a receiver that's similar like a wing, and then you have an H or fullback, which I indicate here in green, and they can get that same look as they can if they want to get stand-up wide receivers, right? They can still run those same route combinations, everything else. And the dotted guys are the offensive tackle and the guard. So that's considered a bunch to us as well. And in box number 4, you have a stack look, and through the motion, he ends up becoming a bunch on the move. How we play it. First one we can play is what we call box. This is a zone concept. So we happen to be cover 4, and we want to go box, box, box. We can do that. All right. Next is cube. That's also a zone concept. All right. Cube, and I'll explain why I use that terminology and how it's used. Cube is also a zone concept. All right. And then Pino. Pino is a man concept. And all Pino is a combination of pin and play and in and out. That's what we call it, Pino. So the P and I-N is for pin, and then the I-N-O is for in and out. All right, so Pino, that's a man concept, and we'll talk about that here. So now let's take it to the whiteboard. All right, first set we see right here is box. We're in our box set. What box means for me is that we're going to use our backer here. He's going to create the force. He's going to be the force player when this thing pans out. Our corner is going to have the deep quarter. Our free safety is going to have the inside quarter. Our Mike backer has inside low, and the Sam has the outside low. As you see, we've created a box. That's what it means. Now the beauty of this, again, we're in our different coverages. If we're still playing 4 to this side, we can. If we're playing a split coverage like cover 6, some people call it, where you have quarters to the field side and you have a cover 2 to the boundary side, we still keep our integrity. We still play our cover 2 and nothing changes. We're in still good shape, all right? So if they want to run a hitch or whatever, they want to run the go with the peel route, we still good on the backside. We haven't changed anything in the defense. We have just simply made an alert right here, and also we made and kind of audible ourselves on defense and made some changes. So as you see here, all we've really done is the word box is just what it says. We created a box. The backer has the low, the Mike has the inside, free safety has the inside quarter, and the corner has the outside quarter. Next, cube. Here's the difference. Cube means the corner is going to be our flat defender. All right. Our free safety is going to be our outside quarter player. Our boundary safety is now going to be our inside quarter player. Our Sam will sit right in the middle, and our Mike will be our inside low player. Okay. So what they typically leave us with, man on the other side. So if they want to try and run post across the field, they got the backside safety simply playing that. And again, those rules kind of stay in place for him because a lot of people call it 4 special, where he's reading 3 vertical and so forth. But again, this gives us 5 defenders in the cube, and a cube is also a box. It's just another way of saying it. We use cube to say that the backer has the outside flat. Cube means that the corner has the outside flat. That's all we've done. All right, and that's just a different way to play. And we know we got man concept backside. So if he does this, the wheel knows he has the running back, and so forth and so on. That's just a different way to play it. All right, Pino. This is where it's a little fun. We happen to be playing man. They come out into it. All right, they get a chance. They get a chance to come out, and we're in a man concept. We may be blitzing somebody. All Pino is, our Sam is going to pin. All right, he's going to pin the point. Whoever's happened to be on the point, and what we call the point is the person that is on the line of scrimmage. That is the point guy. We're going to pin him because typically what you get in a bunch set is a switch route on the backside. So if you eliminate the pin man, the point man, all you get is a stack formation in the back. And what do you get out of stack? A lot of switch routes. All right. So all we're playing is, I'll erase this to clear it up. We're going to pin the point. And we're playing in and out, okay? And this is how we do in and out, this is our signal. We're playing in and out on 1 and 3. So when they declare themselves, if they want to run here, corner will take him man. If he wants to run here, free safety will take him man. All right? Again, pin the point. Let's just say they want to run the verticals, no problem, no big deal. We cover him here, we cover him here. Our Sam knows he has the point, he still has man. All right, we still have man coverage here, and he's a free player. Okay, so again, that's another way to do it, and we call that Pino. That simply stands for pin. It also stands for in and out. All right, Pino, Pino, Pino. And again, man coverage here, backside with the wheel. Again, coaches, man, I appreciate it. Again, these are just some simple ways to defend if you're starting to get a lot of bunch or stack sets and you're getting a lot of miscommunication. This is a very simple way to make it happen. It's a very simple way to teach it. And if you notice, it all stacks right on top of each other like Lego blocks. They all work together. I just want to say again, thank you guys very much. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you have any questions. Also, please leave a comment if you have another way to defend it. Again, I don't know everything, don't claim to know everything, and I would love to learn something else. So again, see you guys at 50-yard line. Say I messed that up. See you guys at the 50-yard line, and have a great day.
Oh, Lord.
Welcome to another episode of Coach Hates Football. Coaches, are you having problems defending the stack and bunch formations? If so, stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about stack and bunch formations and how to defend them. We're going to start off first talking about stack, the different ways we can defend it through our zone and man concepts, and then we're going to talk about bunch and how we can defend those through man and zone concepts as well. So let's take it to the whiteboard. All right, first let's start out now with our stack. Here you see we got a couple of formations from our stack. And again, I define stack as 2 wide receivers, and again, that's 2 wide receivers being within a 5-yard proximity of one another. Okay, so as you see in diagram 1 here, we have what we consider a stack, a typical stack, where you have 2 guys lined up right behind each other. All right. In diagram 2, it's still a stack in my definition, but they're kind of offset, but they're in close proximity. Okay. In the third one, you notice they're a little bit spread apart, but they're still within that 5-yard area, okay? So they're still adjacent to one another, but they're still within 5 yards. And then the fourth one is you can still get a stack, but on the move with offense. Because offense like to use motion, so they can actually create a stack by using motion and snapping the ball once that guy gets into that area or into that proximity of the other receiver. So that's how I define stack. How we play those, all right? First, we can pin and play. And I'll go through that. And that's our man concept. So if we happen to be in a man coverage and they come out in a stack look or end up in a stack look, we know that we can go into a pin and play alert, all right? Or a pin and play adjustment, all right? Next is in and out. That's also another man concept. And we use that when they're not necessarily on top of one another. We use that typically as you look at box 3. Where they're adjacent, but it's not necessarily stacked on top of each other, but they're in close proximity where they could possibly do some switch routes, stuff like that. And then our last one is zoning. All right, zone it is if we're in a zone concept. We're in cover 4 and they come out in a stack, we still can zone play it. And so that the reason we do that is so we don't change the entire integrity of the defense. Because on the backside, we may be playing something totally different. We don't want to change everything up. We don't want to be in man and then all of a sudden trying to change the zone. That changes everybody in the defense and what it is they're responsible for. Instead, we can keep the integrity of the defense. We can stay within the zone and still play a zone concept and also be able to play the stack. If we're in a man, we can play the man concept and still play zone. And still play our man concept, but still play the stack in the same time.
I got fucked.
All right. So the first thing you see right here, if you look here to the left-hand side, or really to the right-hand side for me, but left-hand side for you, is our typical stack. And again, I talked about how we play this is pin and play. What the word pin means is that our front guy, which I happen to have in my corner, he is playing man defense, and his job is to pin that guy. We want to pin him because typically in a stack formation, that first receiver is basically just an obstacle. His job is a decoy, or his job is to pick people off. So what we want to do is we want to pin him. We want to press him back into the number 2 receiver, so his release is not as clear. All right. So that right there with that corner, as you see, we're pinning him. Next, we want to play. You know, as you notice, the free safety is further back, and he's going to play the number 2 receiver in the backfield. If he releases outside, fine, he plays that. If he releases inside, fine, he plays that. This is a man concept, pin and play. Wherever number 2 goes, the free safety is going to go. Wherever the number 1 goes after the corner, and I don't like to use the word jam, but kind of reroute and hold him up, he's going to play him man. He's not releasing him. This is a man concept. Our Sam backer, if he doesn't get any work right here from the running back, who happens to be in the backfield, then guess what he's going to do? He's going to maybe help out on any short routes, maybe any slants, anything like that. But they are not counting on his help because he's still in a man concept. If that running back happens to stay in and block, then he can be a bonus player, come and help. All right? Let's look to the other side. We're going to play in and out. And in and out is very simple. We're going to let these 2 receivers declare where they want to go. Once they declare where they want to go, then we'll play man on them. So, let's say, for example, if they wanted to run here in a post, and let's say they got one to wheel around. Well, just that simple. Our boundary safety will stay to his side. Our corner will stay to his side. Once they declare where they're going, then we're playing man on them. So let's say even if he took it flat, he declared their side, this corner's going to come up and he's playing man. It is not a zone. This is a man concept. So if we happen to be in cover 1 or any other type of man concept, 0, whatever you want to call it, you know, whatever, some people call it red and black, and everybody has different terminology. But if we're in a man concept, we're going to call in and out on that because That way we can keep the integrity to the other side because we may be playing